All right, so if you have worked in the audio industry for any length of time or done any audio work at all, inevitably at some point you're going to get to hearing the 60 hertz hum. Now, this is a really good example of 60 hertz hum or ground loop. You can hear it quite clearly. So what this is a voltage potential between grounds. So in any properly wired facility, all of the grounds are all interconnected, right? They're all the same. But they'll have different circuits, right? So you have different circuit breakers for different hots and neutrals. How to not deal with this, the completely improper ways, are to take a power cord and break off the ground, okay? If you do that, you have removed the ground from the circuit, so if anything electrically goes wrong with your equipment, you might end up being the path to ground as soon as you touch that equipment, right? This kills people every year. The other thing to not do is one of the adapters that takes the hot, the neutral, and the ground and bypasses the ground, so it slips on and just gives you the hot and the neutral. That will do the same thing. If there's an electrical problem in your system, you might become the path to ground as soon as you touch whatever that thing is. If it's hot, you might be the path to ground. So a couple of ways to deal with this. Number one, we're pulling power from the projector here, and the feed is feeding in through the HDMI. So we know it's the projector. We know the voltage potential is between up there where all of the audio equipment pulls its power and this outlet over here. So these are two separate circuits. What you could do is run the power all the way up to there, and then you run it on the same circuit breaker, same circuit. That will eliminate that ground hum. The other way to do it, I've got the equipment, so this is a lot easier for me to still pull power from over there, is just get a DI box. DI boxes have transformers in them. That will help some, but any good DI box will have, right there you can see the ground switch. As soon as I lift the ground, you hear my hum is completely gone. Right? Silent as can be, as if it was never there. So that's really the two main ways that you can deal with ground loops. This is my preferred way just because I have plenty of DI boxes and it'll let me run the shortest length of cable and use those cables elsewhere. If you don't have one, try running from the same circuit. If you may have to run from separate circuits, if say we had a bunch of amps up there and we were pulling too much current, then we'd have to split off to another circuit breaker, and then we would be forced to use a DI box or fish around for another outlet that's not giving us a ground loop problem. So hope this was helpful.